Have you ever stopped to wonder why some guys seem to have a natural magnet for women while you try everything and still feel invisible? I'm going to tell you a secret that few men know how to apply. Female desire isn't a safe with a single password. It's more like a complex landscape you need to learn to navigate. And today I'm going to give you the map and the compass. Pay close attention because this will change your life. Most men spend years trying to guess what women want. Gym memberships, fancy cars, designer clothes, social status. You invest time and money in all that stuff and still feel like something's missing. Know why? Because you're playing the wrong game, man. Can you remember the last time you truly connected with a woman? I'm not talking about just getting a number or exchanging texts. I'm talking about that connection that makes her seek you out, that makes her eyes light up when you walk into a room. If you can't remember, then you need to pay very close attention to what I'm about to teach you. The frustration of not understanding this game leads you down two dangerous paths. Either you keep bouncing from one superficial relationship to another, or you simply give up and shut yourself off from love. Neither of those is what you deserve. Are you tired of being the nice guy who always ends up in the friend zone? Over the last 7 years, I've dived deep into the psychology of desire and relationship dynamics. I've helped hundreds of men transform not only their self-confidence, but more importantly, their ability to create authentic attraction. And what I discovered is that there's a code, an ultra-rare framework that almost no one notices. I'm going to introduce you to the ATRAIA code. Each letter represents a fundamental pillar of what women truly look for in a man. And no, it's not what you think. First pillar, authenticity. Forget about pretending to be someone you're not. Women have an internal radar for detecting fakeness that's more accurate than an FBI lie detector. When you try to be the guy you think she wants, you've already lost the game. Authenticity is about embracing your qualities and flaws without apology. Studies show that women are more attracted to men who demonstrate congruence between what they say and what they do. It's the difference between the guy who says he loves for adventure but spends the weekend on the couch and the guy who actually walks the talk. I remember one of my clients, an engineer, super shy. He tried to seem extroverted at parties and would end up exhausted. When he started embracing his quieter, more observant nature, women began approaching him naturally. Why? Because authenticity builds trust. Be true to yourself. Does that make sense to you? Second pillar, tenacity. Women are biologically programmed to be attracted to men with purpose. It's not about having millions in the bank, it's about having direction in life. A man without goals is like a boat without a rudder, in the middle of the ocean. Do you have clear goals for the next year? Tenacity is about pursuing your dreams with passion, regardless of obstacles. When a woman sees that you have focus and determination, her brain automatically puts you in a different category. You stop being just another guy and become someone worth investing in emotionally. I know a guy who worked as a waiter while studying for a tough professional exam. He didn't have much money, but he had a clear vision for the future. Guess what? He never lacked interesting women in his life. Why? Because purpose is sexy. Pursue your goals. Can you feel the difference? And third pillar, respect. This is where most men miss the mark. Respect isn't about being a pushover or agreeing with everything. It's about setting clear boundaries and not negotiating your values for anyone. Women constantly test men not out of malice, but to see if you have a backbone. When was the last time you said no to a beautiful woman? Respect starts with yourself. If you don't respect yourself, how can you expect her to respect you? This means taking care of your body, your mind, your time. It means not accepting behaviors that go against your principles. I saw a friend of mine cancel a date because the woman showed up 2 hours late without a heads up. She apologized, they rescheduled, and since then she's never been late again. Coincidence? No. She learned that his time had value. Set boundaries. Is it starting to make sense? Fourth pillar, attitude. Don't confuse it with arrogance. Attitude is about proactivity, subtle leadership, and a sense of humor. It's the difference between the guy who waits for things to happen and the guy who makes things happen. Women want a man who takes charge without being overbearing. Do you usually take initiative or wait for signals? The right attitude is like a dance. You lead, but you pay attention to her movements. It's suggesting the restaurant, but asking if she has any dietary restrictions. It's making decisions but including her in the process. There's a concept in female psychology called responsiveness. Women are more attracted to men who demonstrate appropriate responsiveness to situations. That's intelligent. Attitude. Take the initiative. See how that changes everything. Fifth pillar. Emotional intelligence. This one is the game changer that few apply. It's not about being overly sensitive or crying while watching a romantic movie. It's about understanding and managing your own emotions and being able to read hers without her having to spell it out. How many times have you argued because you didn't realize she was upset? Emotional intelligence is noticing when she needs space, when she wants attention, when she's testing you, or when she genuinely needs support. It's the ability to stay calm when she's emotional and be the safe harbor she's looking for. One of my clients learned to identify his girlfriend's non-verbal cues. When she crosses her arms in a specific way, he already knows something's wrong. Instead of ignoring it or asking, "What's wrong?" For the 10th time, he simply hugs her and says, "Whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here." The result, she opens up naturally. Understand emotions. Can you see the power in that? Sixth pillar, action. Pretty words mean nothing if your actions don't follow through. Women value men of their word, who follow through on their promises. It's about consistency between what you say and what you do. Do your actions match your words? Action is setting up the date and showing up. It's saying, "You'll call," and actually calling. It's promising support and being present when she needs you. It seems basic, but you have no idea how many men fail at this fundamental aspect. Female psychology values emotional security above almost everything, and security comes from positive predictability. When your actions are consistent, her brain interprets that as reliability, which is one of the biggest triggers for deep attraction. Be consistent. Are you feeling the transformation? Now you might be thinking, but isn't this just another technique to manipulate women? Let me tell you something. Manipulation is when you pretend to be something you're not to get what you want. What I'm teaching you is how to become the best version of yourself. Pay attention to this. True desire isn't forced. It's naturally attracted when you become a man of genuine value. It's not about fancy tricks or convoluted techniques. It's about real development, an internal transformation that reflects externally. Women have a sixth sense for authenticity. They know when you're being true and when you're acting. And believe me, they always prefer the real man, with flaws and qualities over the actor trying to impress. Do you want superficial connections or deep relationships? Let me tell you about John, one of my mentees. A regular guy, a programmer, nothing special about his looks. He spent months applying the ATRA-IA code. Know what happened? Not only did he start attracting high-quality women, but he found someone who truly clicked with him. The difference? He stopped trying to be what he thought they wanted and started being who he really was, just the best possible version of himself. Authenticity with purpose, respect with attitude, emotional intelligence with action. That's exactly what you'll achieve too. Imagine yourself 3 months from now. You walk into a room and your presence is noticed. Not because you're trying to get attention, but because you radiate genuine confidence. Women are naturally drawn to you because they sense you're different. You converse without anxiety, without that pressure to impress. You're yourself, just amplified. She leans in closer when you speak, laughs at your jokes naturally, touches your arm without you having to force anything. Can you visualize that? Time is a valuable resource, man. Every day you spend without applying this knowledge is a missed opportunity to build the connections you truly desire. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about attracting the right woman, not just any woman. This content isn't the same old generic advice you find out there. It's the real map for you to stop playing in the dark and finally master. The art of authentic attraction. Few men have access to this deep understanding of female psychology. Will you be one of them? Remember, female desire isn't a safe you break into. It's a landscape you learn to navigate. And now you have the map and the compass. The ATRA-IA code is your tool to become the man they truly look for. Not what you think they want. What they really want. The question is, will you keep guessing or will you apply what you've learned today? The choice is yours, but I guarantee you one thing. Men who understand and apply these principles don't complain that women are complicated. They simply attract naturally. If this video opened your mind to what's possible, hit that like button now. Do it before you forget. And subscribe to the channel because next week I'll show you how to identify signs of genuine interest versus politeness. You won't want to miss it. Now you have the compass. Use it.